Teach Batch, I do not agree with Rick McCormick stating that children should get a job to pay for their school lunch. No, I don't agree with that at all. But I do agree with the government defunding free lunch at school. I absolutely wholeheartedly agree. And I've stated this for years. I've been stating this since about 2017. I have viral Facebook posts about it. For those of you who don't know how free lunch works, it's income restricted. You have to make a certain amount of income or less to qualify. If you make over even by $1, you do not qualify. So the vast majority of children who receive free lunch at school are those who already come from low income families. Those same low income families qualify for food stamps, they qualify for WIC, they qualify for Medicaid, they qualify for Section 8. They qualify for public housing, HUD housing. It's like they got it free in all areas. And I used to be one of those people. I state this as someone who has come from poverty, someone who has received free lunch at school her whole entire life. And my children have received it occasionally throughout their lifetime as well. People who get food stamps already at home, they have more than enough food, most of them, more than enough food at home to pack a lunch. Meanwhile, that middle class family that's not even rich, they don't even got 100,000 in the bank. They just make some money over. They can't get the food stamps. They can't get the WIC. And they still have to pack a lunch or pay for school lunch. My current situation is I have 9 children total, but I have 5 school-age children. It costs me $5.25 per child to feed them school breakfast and school lunch. And the county that I reside in, that my children go to school in, which is Sarasota County, Florida, and Manatee County, Florida, my kids have to pay for breakfast and lunch, or I have to feed them breakfast at home or and pack a lunch from home. They cannot get anything at school for free. Meanwhile, those children who parents get food stamps can. They know that they got food at home. Like literally, there are women on TikTok bragging about having $3,000 worth of food stamps monthly, $1,200, $900. Even me, I used to get food stamps, guys. Sorry, little baby. I used to get food stamps, guys, and my kids still got the Medicaid. They still got the WIC, and we had more than enough food. Y'all can go look at my YouTube channel. You'll see like I had so much stuff, and they still got to go to school and eat for free. I'm not mad at the families that qualify. Take it. While you qualify, take it. Utilize every free resource while they're giving it to you. But I do agree that the government should end those programs or give it to all kids, regardless of the parents' income, like they did during the pandemic. That was a blessing to many of us. During the pandemic, every child had free breakfast. Every child had free lunch. After the pandemic, we're back to the basic shenanigans. Only low-income families qualify. The mom who isn't trying as hard because they give you reduced child care. The mom that won't go get a job. The mom that's working the minimum wage job because she don't have a high school diploma or she doesn't have a college degree or a trade of some sort. She's doing a bare minimum. She's still getting all the assistance in the world. Her kids still get the free lunch. What? It's unfair and it needs to stop. If you get food stamps, Peach McIntyre feels like you should have to pack your child a lunch the same way that those who don't get it have to pack their child a lunch. And I know some of you guys are going to say, but Peach, some kids, that's the only meal they eat all day. Some of you guys are going to be enraged with me for how I feel about this. You're going to say, I remember we qualified for food stamps, but my mama was selling the smoked crack rock. Seriously. So eating at school was the only food you had. Your mammy was unfit. CPS should have been called. If you are an educator and you know a child's only meal is the school breakfast or the school lunch, you should be ashamed of yourself. If you are another parent in the neighborhood and you know the only food a child eats is that breakfast or lunch at school, you should be ashamed of yourself because that is child neglect and the child should be removed from the mother's custody. Why aren't you calling CPS on them like you call on me? Okay? So that's how I feel. You guys can say I'm bitter, I'm evil, but it just makes sense. Why should they continue to get a free ride and everything? I come from that. I made it out of that more than once. I went back and I was on it for a short period of time. Even when I took my husband off of child support, once we got married, they said, okay, Miss McINTYRE, if you remove him from child support, he has to pay back all the cash assistance you ever received in your life. At that time, we had 5 children. Do you know how much cash assistance I received in my lifetime? $865. That's all my husband had to pay for me to take him off of child support because I never been a government leech. I get in, I utilize the situation the way it's supposed to be utilized to eventually become self-sufficient. And I take pride in providing for my kids. But if they get a free ride, so should mine. No difference in college. The kids who parents work hard, they got to pay for college. The kids who parents didn't, the low-income poverty kids, they go for free. It's crazy. It's unfair.